Hello, what is going on, party people? My name is Twinkle Toes, and welcome back to the Twinkle Order channel. Before we get into the video today, guys, I've just got two things I want to tell you, and that is I want you guys to go check out three channels. That will be Killjoy Roger, the Ramp25, and the O-Storm. All are really good content creators, all three of them. I'm friends with all three of them, but feel free to just check them out as you want to, guys. But they are really good, and I advise watching all of them. And the second thing, really fast, guys, is I have actually started up a Discord. I will be sure to put the link down in the description. This is the Twinkle Order Discord, so if you guys want to, feel free to hop in there and join the Twinkle Order Discord today. You can get upcoming news as well as just randomly chat with people. But anyway, guys, that is all the announcements for right now, and I hope you guys enjoy this Centurion guide. Alrighty guys, so like I said in the announcements, this is the Centurion guide. A lot of you guys have requested more guides, so I am here to offer this one out of three more guides I'm doing. We're starting out with the Centurion guide. As always, we'll be starting out with 4 steps, so that one will be the overview, the beginner guide, the advanced guide, and then the expert guide. I will put all 4 starting times up to the right for you guys just now, so you can feel free to skip ahead if you already know what to do with Centurion, or if you want to start at the beginning if you're an absolute noob at Centurion. So, but anyway guys, without further ado, we're going to get into the first part of this guide, which is the overview. So, the Centurion is labeled as a hybrid class. He was brought into For Honor at Season 2. There's 2 special traits as a melee specialist and mix-up intensive. I can tell you guys right now, those 2 things are very, very accurate. He has many mix-ups that he can use. He is really, really dangerous, especially at close range, which is why it's a melee specialist. He is higher on the tier list, guys, unlike the other 2 guys I've did, which are low. He is higher on the tier list. I do believe he is an A-tier hero. I don't think he's S anymore, because he has received several nerfs as the seasons have gone by. But, like I'm saying, guys, he's high up on the tier list. It takes skill to play him, but once you know how to play him, you can pretty much crush anyone in 1v1s, 2v2s, and 4v4s. Even anti-ganking is somewhat easy with the Centurion. So, but without further ado, guys, that is all for the overview, short and simple for you guys, and now we're going to get into the beginner part of this guide. So to start off this beginner's guide, we're going to be going through his 3 basic combos that the Centurion possesses, and that is Lion's Claw, Lion's Fang, and Lion's Bite. Lion's Claw is performed by doing 3 light attacks in a row from any direction. Lion's Fang is performed by doing a light, heavy attack, and Lion's Bite is a heavy attack. We'll demonstrate first the Lion's Claw, then the Lion's Fang, then the Lion's Bite. First up, 3 lights with the Lion's Claw. Next up is the Lion's Fang, which is a light, heavy attack. The last of his basic combos is the Lion's Bite, which is 2 heavy attacks. The Centurion's heavy attacks are the fastest in the game. Just keep that in mind when fighting. Now we're going to go into a small detail on his heavy attacks. He can actually charge his first heavy attack in for a lunge that pounces straight into your enemy. It is performed by holding the heavy attack button down and just lunging forward with the attack. It leaves them staggered and you plunge your sword into them. The Centurion also possesses something called a Legion Kick, which is performed by dodging forward and pressing the guard break button, which will go into an unblockable kick that does moderate stamina damage. It does no normal damage, only stamina damage. The last thing we'll be going through on the beginner section of this guide is the jab. The jab is performed after any heavy attack that you can perform by pressing the guard break button right after the heavy attack. It is unblockable, does moderate stamina damage, and leaves your opponent dazed. It can be done after 1 or 2 attacks. Alrighty guys, and that is all for the beginner section of this guide. If you are absolutely new to Centurion, I would stop at this point, just so you can learn the basics, get the combos down, and get the speed of his attacks down. But if you wish to advance to the next level and you think you're ready, the next part is the advanced part of the guide. So to start off this advanced part of the guide, we're going to be going into some of his attack follow-ups. And the first one we're going to be going into is a follow-up after his Legion kick. He can perform a guaranteed light attack off of his Legion kick. It is performed by connecting the Legion kick, and you will get a guaranteed light attack. But you have to connect the Legion kick, or else the light attack won't come out. It is guaranteed. Your opponent can't stop it. You can also perform a heavy attack off the Legion kick, but this is not confirmed. Your opponent will be able to block it, but it is right after the Legion kick. The next part we will be going into his light attack follow-ups. He can perform something that I like to call a soft guard break. And what a soft guard break is when you perform a light attack, if it's a guaranteed light, if you hit them, you can guarantee a guard break straight afterwards, but the opponent can break out of it. Unlike other guard breaks though, this guard break, you have to throw them in a certain direction. You cannot attack them, you can only throw them. It is great for wall splats, and can be performed by pressing the guard break button after any hitted light attack. You can combine his Legion kick light attack into this guard break as well for a pretty good combo. Now we'll be covering what he can get off of his guard breaks. He can get a guaranteed heavy off any of his guard breaks except the soft guard break. As you can see here, any heavy attack from any direction will land. This is the only damaging move he can actually do off of his guard breaks. He can perform 3 light attacks off of his guard breaks though, but all it does is stamina damage. And what this means is you will hit them in the face with the hilt of your sword and take out over half of their stamina bar. It must be performed like the Peacekeeper's Gut Stab. If you hit it too slow or too fast, you will only do 1 pummel strike. But if you time them right, you'll get all 3 and it'll take out over half your opponent's stamina bar. Next part of this advanced guide will be covering his jabs once again. Like his heavy attacks, he can also charge up his jabs. You perform this by simply holding down the guard break button when going into a jab. It will be slower, but it does leave your opponent dazed and knocks them on the ground. This is effective for a combo later down the line. It can also be performed after 2 heavy attacks. For the last part of this advanced guide, we will be getting into his max combo. It is his most damaging combo the Centurion possesses, and why he is also called a melee specialist. It is performed by doing a charge dab, knocking the person to the ground, and performing a lion's pounce. What a lion's pounce is, as you can see over in here, is landing a charged heavy attack, and you can immediately charge up with a charged jab right into an eagle's talon, which will jump on top of them with a heavy attack of an unbalanced enemy, meaning they're on the floor. I'll perform this now with the charged heavy into a charged jab into the eagle's talon. That is his max combo and his most damaging move in the game, as well as his damaging combo. It is his own max damage in the game. Alrighty guys, and that is going to sum it up for the advanced part of this guide. I would recommend stopping here if you still have yet to learn all of these and manage to pull them off successfully. And if you have done this, the expert guide is coming up right now. So to start off this expert guide, we are going to be going into his second charged heavy attack. He can charge his second heavy attack and it will become unblockable. The only way they can really counter this is by dodging or parrying. It does more damage than your first charge heavy, as well as sticking it into him just like your first one. This is great for setting up your max combo as well. A helpful hint for this expert guide about your max combo. It is not wise to simply throw it out. If you're playing against expert players, you are most likely either going to get parried or dodged and then punished. A great way to successfully pull this off and almost get a guaranteed max combo is with a wall splat. You can perform this with a regular guard break or one of the soft guard breaks. There is nothing your opponent can do if they are wall splatted by a Centurion into the max combo. You can also do it from a soft guard break, from a light attack. Be sure to immediately charge your heavy attack after you throw them, or it will give them a chance to dodge out of the way and punish you afterwards. Immediately after you wall splat them, hold down the heavy attack button. Another small helpful hint is his dodge forward attack. It is performed by dodging forward into a heavy attack. This is a great way if your opponent is attacking you. You will gain hyper armor so that it can't do anything if they're attacking you. It will not phase you and you will stab them in the face. If they're attacking you, the hyper armor will save you from being stumbled. You can also follow this up with a punch to get also even more stamina damage out of it. Now we'll be getting into his feints. He only really has one real feint in the game, and that is feigning his charged heavy attacks. His normal heavy attacks are too fast in order to actually be feinted, so keep that in mind. He can only regularly feint his charged heavy attacks. This is performed by charging your heavy and canceling it before you lunge forward or when your second one's seeing the unblockable phase. Second heavy attack, you have to cancel it before the unblockable phase comes, or it is going to go through and most likely get parried. Now the Centurion does have a different kind of feint, and this is called a soft feint. This is performed with him. He can soft feint out of his charged heavies into a guard break. It is performed by hitting a guard break button in the middle of your charged heavy attack. No cancels are required. As you can see, there's no missed effect from a regular feint, it just goes straight into a guard break. This is great for getting wall splats to go into your max combo. They can also be performed after your second charged heavy, but it has to be before the unblockable phase comes. His soft feints are probably his most effective move in his arsenal, so be sure to utilize them quite frequently. A helpful trick if your opponent is parry happy against a Centurion is letting your charged attacks go earlier into normal heavies. If they are parry happy, they're going to be waiting for that charge to come out, but instead you can let go a little bit earlier and let the attack fly. This will be good damage if your opponent is parry happy because they'll be expecting to parry the charged one, not the earlier one coming out. But you have to let go of your heavy attack as it's charging before you lunge forward. As you can see, I let it go too far on the third one, and the lunge attack was imminent. But not charging so much will go right into a normal. This can also be performed with your second one, but it has to be before the unblockable phase. On this part of the expert guide, we'll be covering the Centurion's parry punishes. Unlike most characters, there is not a difference in between his light attack parries and his heavy attack parries. Off of any parry, he has three options. You can do a light attack, a heavy attack since his attacks are quick enough, or a parry counter. And a parry counter is performed by hitting guard break immediately after parrying an attack. It does massive stamina damage and guarantees you a heavy off of any one you do. Also, if you're close to a wall, you can actually splat them into a wall and go into your max combo. We'll be performing all of his parries and be performing the parry counter in this part of the expert guide. First, we'll be doing his light attack. This can go immediately into a soft guard break if you want, or you can just do one light attack. Next, we'll be getting into his heavies. His heavies are quick enough to where he can get them off of any parry. It can be done from any direction. Now we're going to get into his most useful parry, which is the parry counter, performed with a guard break immediately after a parry, where you will lunge forward, knee them in the face, and get a guaranteed heavy attack afterwards. The parry counter is his most effective move. For example, against a Shugoki, it will negate their hyper armor right off the bat, giving you a guaranteed heavy, even with their hyper armor activated. You can also do a Legion's kick right out of the counter to get them immediately out of stamina. This kick is guaranteed, for they'll still be recovering from this knee to the face. That will leave them exhausted. Any character in the game will be exhausted after this, and being exhausted around a Centurion is never a good idea. Centurion has by far some of the best parry options in the game, seeing as he can do so much with it, and even against Shigokis, with normally would be annoying to fight, especially when parried. Keep in mind, guys, this is post-season 5, so guard breaks will not work out of parries, which is why I recommend using the parry counter for the Centurion, which will give you a guaranteed attack. Like I'm saying, guys, season 5, you do not get any guaranteed guard breaks off of parries, so watch out for that. Also, for people new to season 5, he cannot also get a charged off of his light attack parries anymore, or what I had mentioned it earlier. So keep that in mind. Those are two changes with season 5. Last, for the expert guide, we'll be covering the Centurion's exhaustion punishes. The only exhaustion punish I could really find for the Centurion, even when experimenting, is all I could do was a Eagle's Talon. If you guys have found anything else, be sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I can update this video. To finish off this guide, I'm going to be showing you, after practice and using some of these techniques, what your Centurion will look like and why he is labeled as such a beast. Please enjoy. As you can see from that gameplay, Centurion is very dangerous in an effective hand. So be sure to practice and use these techniques so you can become one of the most badass characters in this game, both in skill-wise and aesthetic looking. Just to finish up here, I'm just going to give you a really quick review. As I was saying, guys, he is effective in almost any situation. I am going to leave you with a warning, though, that the Centurion will get you a lot of salty people. And what I mean by this is not a lot of people like fighting Centurions because they think he is overpowered. But if you want to be honest, he's not as powerful as he used to be, but there are still those people that just can't get behind his mix-ups. So, be wary of that. You will get some angry people at you, but if you enjoy that like me, then you'll enjoy this character even more. But that is all I have to offer on this Centurion guide. If there's anything that I missed, feel free to comment it down below. I am always open up to opinions as well as feedback from my viewers and audience. Also, be sure to subscribe to join the Twinkle Order today, and go join the Discord to get all upcoming things that are coming to the channel. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love all of you guys, and always remember, the sky is blue.